Hello everybody, I hope you're having a blessed and beautiful day today. I am back. Oh my goodness. Some of you may not know, you may not have gotten on my community tab, but I was on a forced vacation from YouTube. They did not like the video that I posted the last time, so they took it down and banned me for a week. And today is my first day back from that. So I do have to be extremely careful and on what I say, how I say it. And so if I use code words, try to figure out what I am saying, because there's a reason why I am having to do that now. Because next time, if I get one, I believe it's 2 weeks. And then from that point on, I won't have a channel. So I need to be careful. I usually am very careful, but I think that day I was just, I was really fed up and I wanted to share my truth with you guys and the truth with you guys. So anyways, that being said, this is going to be kind of a 2 video in 1 type of thing. It's going to kind of coincide with each other. So I wanted to start out by saying that many of you know, and if you don't know, you're going to find out right now, but many of you know that my husband serves in the military, and he is in the Air Force, and he has served in the Air Force for 35 years. And, you know, all the way up until this point, you know, he has served for 35 years. So, but right now, in the event that is happening right now, he is adamant, and he is has told his commanders and his chiefs and sergeants and everybody that he is declining this sticker that they are mandating. He does not want that, and he has told them that he does not want that. And we have gone so far as to get on JD Farag, his website, to get the, what's it called? I had a brain fart. The paper, I can't remember that I had a brain fart. The paper that he can turn in the exemption, that's what it is. So we are trying and praying for that. We are going to be turning that in, he is going to be turning that in. With prayer, they will accept it. But highly unlikely, because he is in the Air Force, and usually when that stickers are mandated, that means that you have to get it, or face disciplinary action. So we are trying to turn that in, but there are many people at our base, in general, just at our base, that are declining, and they are facing a lot of backlash. They are facing termination, and they are facing counseling. They want these people to go through counseling to learn about this thing and the effects of it, and to learn about why it's important that they get this sticker, and just a bunch of hogwash. But you know, my husband has told them that he doesn't care. He is not going to get it. And if they are going to discipline him, and that is the thanks that he gets for the 35 years of service, that they're going to punish him for not receiving something that he doesn't want. Excuse me, I'm getting sick again, guys. So it just made a merry-go-round. Anyways, you know, he's basically told them, you know, are you guys going to discipline me and punish me because I am refusing to get this? Are you just going to kick me out and tell me that my services are no longer needed because I don't need this, or I don't want this? Which is highly likely. It's very, very likely that they are going to do what's called a non-retention. And that means that once his papers, because he signed a 4-year term, and it's up in January of 22. So if he's refusing and it comes up time for him to re-enlist, and they see that he's not wanting to, they may choose to deny his re-enlistment. And in that point, they will tell him that he is he's done and that his services are no longer needed. So basically, this is the thanks that he gets from the military of his service, and from the country, and from our lovely president. I won't go into much detail about that, but I could for days. You know, we're gonna pray about it. Sorry. You know, it just it's really sad that this is what so many men and women are having to deal with. And you know, I've seen a lot of people say, well, you know, they've gotten all the other mandated. Why can't they just get this one? And yes, that is true, that they have been mandated to get other things. Or they can't deploy, they can't travel, they can't do their job if they don't have these things. But this one is different. And the reason why so many are refusing it is because of what's in it. And there is aborted fetal cells in this vaccine. Now, this isn't the only vaccine that has that in it, but it is the whole sticker as a whole, everything that's in it. What it leads to, you know, the things that it's being forced upon people. It's being, you know, if you don't have it, you don't get, you know, you don't get in here and you don't get in there. And I was telling a brother on a comment yesterday that it's getting to the point where, you know, you're going to call for an ambulance and they're going to ask you on 911 of your status. And if you tell them that you haven't, they're just going to say, well, I'm sorry, we can't help you. You already have doctors at the hospitals that are declining to treat a patient that shows up to the emergency room because they are not stickered. You have doctors in doctors' offices that are refusing to treat a patient because they have not been. You know, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And it's, you know, this is something that, you know, for us too, but for everybody in general, that now is the time to really trust in the Lord. And we have to really, really rely on him and lay at his feet and just know that we can trust him with our life. We can throw anything at him, that nothing is taking him by surprise. That he knew that we were going to be in this situation at this time. And, you know, we have to trust that whatever happens, if they do boot out my husband out of the military, that, you know, God's got another door to open, and that he's going to protect us. He is going to help us through it. He is going to provide for us in every way possible. We are not going to starve. We're not going to suffer. We have a Lord that he wants us to stand firm, and he wants us to stand up for what's right and what's wrong. And he wants us to trust him and trust that he's got us, and that he knows what he's doing. And you know, that we need to rely and know that he knows what he's doing, and just sit back and watch and not be fearful, not be worried about, you know, the outcome. But that leads me into my next topic. However, you know, during the time that I was on my brief YouTube vacation, I wasn't able to post. I wasn't able to write any community posts. I wasn't able to do any videos. So I in turn turned to what I thought were brothers and sisters in the Lord in comment sections, people that I know see the comments and that I know respond to comments. And there were multiple people that I turned to, and I did it more than once on their videos. And I am speaking of asking for prayer, and I did ask for prayer for this situation that we are in. I did ask for people to lift us up in prayer, lift my husband up in prayer, and to please ask the Lord for his strength and for his guidance and for my husband and what he should do, and protection over our family. And I was saddened to see that not one person responded. I was very saddened and disheartened to hear people refuse my prayer request because I may not believe what they believe or how they believe. I was grieved in my spirit to hear people that I had turned to in my despair, my moments of, I need this prayer. I need you guys to pray for me and with me. Please pray. And I was pleading with these people multiple times to please pray for my family. Please lift us up in prayer. Lift my husband up in prayer. Lift the military in prayer. And, to have people say, well, I'm me personally, that I was marked and avoided, and to not pray for somebody because they were marked and avoided for whatever reason, it's just, it's angering and it's saddening at the same time. It's angering because no matter what you believe of me, no matter what you feel about me, or what I talk about, or how I feel, or how I share the word, or how I interpret the word, no matter how you feel about, what I believe as far as repentance, or our daily walk with the Lord, or, who I listen to as far as biblical teachers, regardless of any of that, to not pray for somebody when they are pleading with you with tears and, begging you to please lift us up in prayer, and you're refusing to do so because you have a vendetta or you have something against me personally. It just breaks my heart because, I was left feeling like nobody cared. I was left feeling like, why do people in the church, and the church is not just a building, it's the people that are in the building. Why do these people choose to treat others this way? Why do people choose to refuse to pray for somebody? And I even, was praying to the Lord, and I was saying, when people come to me for prayer, if I don't immediately pray with you, I do pray for you in my prayer time. So you will know that you are prayed for. Usually I try to pray for you at the very moment that I see your request. Oftentimes I may not have time to do it at that moment, but I will that evening or within a few minutes. So just know that you are being prayed for. And when you ask me for prayer, I do step up and I pray. And that's what bothered me, was that, when people come to me for prayer, I am instantly in prayer for that person. There is no prayer request that is too silly, too little, too big, or anything. I am right there in prayer for these people. But when I am in need for prayer, when I need a desperate plea for prayer for my brothers and sisters to gather in prayer for us, no one is to be found. And they take their hatred for me and for what I believe or how I believe our walk should be, and they choose to turn it and say, well, I'm not going to pray for you because you're marked and avoided, or I'm not going to pray for you because you believe this or you believe that. And it just breaks my heart because, you know, I have shared with you that through my whole life of being a believer and going to church and stuff, that I have been hurt by people in the church in many different ways. Sorry, I heard my kids coming. Anyways, I've been hurt by people in the church my whole life. And, you know, I've had to adapt to it. I've had to really figure out how to deal with it. You know, but sometimes are harder than others, and it's hard to deal with sometimes. And when they deliberately hurt you, you know, it's hard to handle and it's hard to deal with. And, you know, I want to encourage you that, you know, when, not if, people in the church hurt you or they say things that bother you, or like in my situation where you need prayer and they're refusing to pray for you. I don't know why any true believer would refuse to pray for somebody, whether they're saved or not. You know, if somebody is not saved and you see that they need help, why wouldn't you pray for them first for their salvation, for you to be used by God, and for God to open their heart and their mind, and, you know, and then help in that situation that they need help in. You know, when you deal with this, when you deal with people refusing you prayer, or you feel hurt, or you feel like, you know, you're an outcast, which I do feel oftentimes, you know, just know that you are loved, and there are still people in the church that adore you and that would never treat you this way or would never speak to you this way. There are still good people in the church that love you and would step up to pray for you, or, you know, if you are in need, that they will step up to help you. You know, it just hurts and it breaks my heart that, you know, in this time that we could be without a job. My husband could be without a job. You know, he needs the protection of the Lord from the military and his service and everything that he has put through. And, you know, to just be treated that way is just makes me speechless. So I could go on and on, but I just wanted to share my thoughts and feelings with you guys on what I have been seeing, what's been going on with my husband, what's going on with this sticker thing that's happening, you know, and just know that, you know, if you need prayer, that you are loved, and I will pray for you. If you need prayer, you know, you have a place to go. If you need to email me privately, I can give you my email address, and you can ask for prayer that way. But in all ways, I will lift you up in prayer. And again, guys, you know, I do pray for you guys, and I ask that you would pray for us. I will ask that you pray for my husband and for his strength, and for, you know, when the pressure gets hot, that he can stand firm. And if in the event that he does lose his job because of his refusal, that, you know, we are protected and provided for, and all of the above. So anyways, guys, before I just keep going and rambling on and on and on, I'm going to let you go. But I do have some things I wanted to talk about in the future here that I need to catch up with. So with that, guys, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, may you be richly blessed.